Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. So lots of news going back and forth, lots of pushing back, Washington interviews, and at the end of the day, the 11:30 Ryan conference was pushed on to 3:30, and now there's talk about tomorrow or there's talk about Monday. At this point, just to say one small thing politically, you hear the press talk to the press agents saying, like, is this a win? Is this a loss? And until the press stops asking who's winning, who's losing, especially with something that comes down to health care, the people are going to just lose. Bottom line is we need lower health care costs. We need more people covered, and it's a very complicated system. So let's just put that all on the side because it's definitely upsetting. I've seen so many abuses of the system on why costs are higher, and I've seen so many people that need coverage not getting it. But as far as the markets, this morning, we did the morning call. I talked about how we've had momentum trends broken and that we are oversold enough to see if we could retest some of those broken momentum trends where old support turns into resistance. So we were pretty long today, figuring we might get up there and test it. And then right around 12 o'clock, I sent out a tweet about the spiders saying, hey, if you were long yesterday from the red dog reversal, if you trimmed a little bit yesterday, this is another spot to trim because, in my resistance spot, we were basically about 10 cents away. So there was no more edge on trying to be long into an easy type of bounce because we were trying to figure out what's next. So anyway, you go to the chart of the S&P or the S&P cash, and here is the pre-election little retracement, and then the bounce back, and then when the rally started. And then we talked about how this momentum trend that we've been following above the AIM-21 day was broken right here. So that was your get out of Dodge fast, and that was on Tuesday. So from there, just say from the high of 2,400, we reduced ourselves down to 2,341 yesterday, had a red dog reversal where a lot of us got long, okay, thinking that we can get some kind of oversold bounce. And we talked about where could we get to, pretty much right into the moving averages curling down, and oh my goodness, what a quinky dink. That's exactly where the market backed off from. Not saying that it's end all be all, but sometimes you test here, sometimes you test a little bit higher, but right here where the moving averages are curling down, and we're not above them anymore. We are now below them. So the support that was viable this entire way now turned into resistance for now. We'll see if that persists. So at this point, I wouldn't be too long, and I also probably wouldn't be too short just in case tomorrow morning it gets past and there's a reflex move up. I'd be light. Sometimes there's an edge, sometimes there's not. Right here, there was an edge to be short because we finally broke this accelerated trend, and down here, a little oversold on top of the 50-day, and now a whole lot of nothing. Yesterday, Fast Money, I talked about the banks that they also broke their momentum trends. That I was long Bank of America. I was looking to buy Goldman on my morning call and the note this morning for a bounce type play, and then we need to figure out what's next. Was the Trump trade broken or just bent? Well, Bank of America also gave us a nice trade. Okay, I'm still long small, but the compelling part of it for now, or the easy bounce, is kind of out of the way. Here's that momentum trend that was broken up here. Figured we could be a buyer into support. You could have even added here when it broke above this 20 whatever this low, the high here was what, yes, it was 23.18, gave you a push up to 23.49 and then reversed. I also tweeted out, I try and tell you when I'm doing stuff, I reduced because from here to here that's 2% or so. Up here was all that resistance. If you can't even get up to all that resistance, I think the market's definitely going to be vulnerable. We'll see. Sometimes it takes a few days. That's why I'm in some. I don't have as many as I had overnight. I don't have as many as I had in the whole yesterday. I don't have as many as I had intraday, but I'm still in some. Goldman Sachs was a nice little push. Stock to me is the weakest financial, so that's why I didn't hold it. Why do I say it's the weakest financial as of now? Because it broke this upper support before anything else. It broke the 50-day before anything else. So today, while it was red, I bought it. Traded above this prior high. I figured maybe you can get into this, what's it called, a 235 spot, which was right. Actually, that's 236. Went as high as 234.64. So sometimes it doesn't happen in a day. It happens in a few days. It takes a little time to work this off. But for me, I kind of, I'm in love 'em and leave 'em land where I don't want to be in something for too long. Didn't get caught in this mess, and I'll figure it out. I don't like the fact that there's not a lot of conviction here. Usually it bounces back a lot faster. Look what happened the last time, when it came in. This was a bigger wide range bar than pow. Here you had a little bit of a doji and not much. Not to say that it can't be better tomorrow, but I'm just going to wait because I'm just that type of guy. Little risk averse. XLF also, came up, broke this broken trend, didn't quite make it to the moving averages, but gave you a decent trade, which is, if you're looking for a trade, not saying the trade bounce is over, but, into resistance, definitely rejected first time there versus reclaimed. We'll see what happens moving forward. So, in a strong momentum market, you have stocks making 52-week highs, you have, fast-moving stocks above the 8 and 21-day, and that all changed on Tuesday. So yesterday, in the hole, we talked about can some of these names hold the 21-day? Can you get a little red dog reversal? That these stocks are now a little different. You have to be a little bit more careful, and that's the same. That's why I'm not sitting in 5, 6, 7 longs anymore, because I don't see that many candidates except for little trades, whether it's a red dog reversal bounce or it's a red dog reversal bounce that comes up into resistance where you could short for an H-cell setup. So anyway, yesterday we talked about how Google's bounce was not very impressive, and then all of a sudden I guess somebody knew news was going to come out, and it came all the way in. Why did I say it's not impressive? Because look at the size of this wide range bar that broke this ascending channel here. Yesterday kind of came into the moving averages. Oh, what a quickie thing. Just like when it was above the moving averages, it was support. Now it's a little resistance. So for now, a little bottom tail here, but a whole lot of nothing. Amazon also hanging in there, but nothing special. So there's no need to be so overly big in something like this when there's nothing else looking so good. It's still in the channel, but we shall see. Today, Apple, I came in long. I'm not long overnight just because it was kind of heavy all day. Doesn't mean it's going to fall apart, but you do have a little inside range here, and I'm not sure if it could be the only thing standing, so we'll see what happens in the future. I know that lots of options around 140. I don't want to get caught like I got caught on this day. No, what did I get caught? It was, right here when I was long a decent amount of it, and they wanted to close it at 140. They might want to do it again, so I'll wait. NVIDIA didn't really do anything special today either. Still hanging in though. I'd rather wait to see if at some point if the market hangs in, if it could break above there. But for now, I don't see any reason why, you got to sit in there if you don't need to, if you don't have to. Baba was very strong today. Can't argue with that. A lot of you, we talked about in my morning, report, how you had a decent level right here in the 21-day moving average, which has been supported. We wanted to see if it would change, and it didn't. You could have bought the 21-day. You could have bought right here at 104.70 for a red dog reversal. And this is one of the few things that actually negated this entire down move. So that shows you power. So if there's anything for a candidate to make higher highs, it's actually Baba. Maybe someone knows something that's going to get upgraded, and you could see a move above this spot. So if you had to be long something overnight, I'd be long a stock you have a thesis on versus indices just in case it doesn't get approved or it gets delayed and the futures are down. At least you have a strong stock that you might be able to trade your way out of. Kind of like Snap. If a lot of you guys played Snap on my VTF, congratulations if you did. On yesterday, you didn't. Well, actually, no, it wasn't yesterday. I think this day on the Tuesday. Sorry, on Tuesday when the market closed down, which was 3 days ago. So talk about 3 days ago. This was 3 days ago. 1, 2, 3. So look at this wide range down bar just to show you relative strength. 3 days ago, market closes on the low. 3 days ago, Snap closes strong. So a lot of you guys took it home saying, hey, if we bounce, this is a candidate, and now boom. So I do hear that the regular underwriters are allowed to talk finally about the position. And on Monday, maybe you get a few upgrades. It kind of priced that in, I think, already. If you're still in it, it still acts well. This is your next point of reference here. I missed this trade. A lot of guys in the VTF, I got to hand it to you, did well. We did other things. It's fine. But individual names could always kind of outperform while markets are doing what they're doing. So anyway, that's that. What else? What did gold do today? Not a hell of a lot. For those of you bugs out there who love gold, it kind of, Fed day took out the spot, engulfing. Still below the 200 day. I wouldn't be doing too much up here. Well, what else happened today? What did Win do today? Win inside day. This, wore everybody out. But then I think some of you guys, like Amy and the rest of the crew, still stayed with it and bought here. And look at the size of the move. And now if it's going to have another move, I would think it has to hold above that spot. And then here is your little bull flag. So we'll see what's next here. All in all, so many false moves before finally going. Markets like to make as many people feel upset as possible before it goes because they don't want as many participants to ride along. And Win is now above this whole channel here that we've been looking at for a while. Hopefully, if you stayed with it, you made money. If that's you, congratulations. Oil, still a laggard. Not much going on here, except for it looked as if it was going to break above this. That's when oil was around 53, and that's when it failed, and that was like a leading indicator that oil would be a drag. What did the small caps do today? The small caps tried to hold as long as they could, but still showing more signs of weakness and strength. What did it do? Gave you a small reversal candle yesterday, rallied into the moving averages, so we'll see if it can hold here and then reclaim them. But first spot, obviously support turns into resistance, and that's what happened here. So a little methodical trade. I don't think this is a compelling spot. I like to trade when there's a good setup. I like to trade stocks that are oversold. I like to trade stocks that are breaking out, when stocks are in no man's land where they're kind of bent but not broken, and they're not breaking out, but they're not oversold. I'd rather have less on, and I think sometimes less is more, and that's how I'm approaching tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the news, with the healthcare bill, etc., and we'll figure out if there's some cash flow to be made or if we should still be hands off until we get some more information. Hope you're doing well. It's been a very nice methodical week for a lot of people in the virtual trading floor and Redler All Access. If you've been trading along, that's good, and we'll see how it all plays out in the days ahead. Have a great night, and I'll be in Short Hills tomorrow, but I will tweet to you and let you know kind of what I'm thinking and doing. Have a good one.